Welcome into the Positively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC. Hope you're doing well. If you're listening to this on the air, it's Sunday. The Hawkeyes about to win the Big Ten tournament today because they've advanced, right? I'm just guessing here at this point. It's Sunday, so if this was live, I would know, but it's not. So it's Thursday. They haven't even played against Penn State yet, but I'm assuming they crushed them on Thursday, and then they won against Purdue, and then they're playing a championship game for the Big Ten tournament this afternoon. Does that sound pretty good, Ron?
Yeah? You're doing a mind-bending thing here, and I'm not quite following you.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they are doing well in the Big Ten tournament because we're recording this on Thursday.
We all do.
And they are about to play this afternoon against Penn State. So let's hope the Hawks are playing later today in the Big Ten championship game. I'm Jay Capron. That's Ron Salzrud. And yes, we do have this show available for podcast at KXIC.com right after its old time slot on Thursdays. But this show airs on Sundays in this 9 o'clock hour. The Petland opens up at noon on Sundays and from noon to 6. And then every other day of the week, you open up at 10 o'clock. And we're today going to talk about a couple different things. We always have our breed of the week, and that happens to be the mini Australian Shepherd today. We also have the amazing pet story of the week. We'll tell you what that is here in a little bit. And our topic today, allergies. As the weather starts to turn, you know, the pollen's going to be out, and you're going to have people starting to get that feeling again that they need to find some relief. But people can have allergies, of course, to pets. But there's products available, and you're saying some new stuff, Ron, that you said you've never seen.
Yeah, brand new technologies, and I'm very excited because I am one of those people that have allergies, and so I'm going, wow.
What bothers you?
I do not have pet allergies. I have the seasonal outdoor allergies.
Okay, so is there something in particular that gets you? Is it?
I went through all the testing, and I'm reviewing a paper right now on the products that we're going to talk about. It reminded me of all the testing when I was a kid going through it, where they put all the stuff on your forearm, and then they just flick a little bit with a pin or something, and they see if there's a reaction. And reading the white papers on this product or all these products, they went through some intensive testing over the last 6 years to make sure this stuff actually works.
Yeah, I remember I went to one of my cousins. I don't know why I was there. It was an allergy appointment that he had, and there was 40 pins, these little pins, and they stuck them in. And then like you said, they see which one turns red around the outside, so you know what if you are allergic to dust or whatever, whatever it happens to be.
Luckily, I wasn't allergic to everything they said I was, because it would have been potatoes. I had one of the worst reactions to potatoes.
Oh no!
And the doctor said, that's going to be just on your skin. You can eat as many potatoes as you want.
Just don't rub them on your skin.
Don't lay them.
Why ever you would do that. But all right, so this is the pet show, and it's always a lot of fun. That's Ron Salzrud. He owns Petland. We have 2 pups running around the studio. Tristan's here hanging out here with us as well. If you know Mark Pitts, it's Tristan's his little guy, and not little anymore. You're growing every time I see you. He's in baseball and manage these pups that are running around because they've pretty much gotten into everything they can get into at this point. The mini Australian Shepherd, which one is that? The white puffy one?
No, black and white.
The black
and
then
the
one.
Other party colored is a Pomeranian.
Oh, that's a full Pomeranian.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't recognize that, but I guess I'm not a pet expert like you. So it's a Pomeranian, and then you have the mini Australian Shepherd.
Just look at the face on the Pomeranian. And
it is a big puff ball.
Yeah.
I know there's other breeds that are puff balls too, but this one in particular, it looks like it looks like if you got that Pomeranian wet, it would be like half a pound.
That is exactly it.
Because
you pick it, he looks like he's like a little bigger. He's still tiny. But when you do wet them down, or when you pick them up, you're like, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
it's just doing.
This fur is just like totally poofed out. Super cute Pomeranian, brown and white colors, and then the black and white mini Australian Shepherd. Mini Australian Shepherd, a great dog too, and we'll talk about that and why it makes a great breed in our segment here for the breed of the week. So we'll do our amazing pet story of the week. We'll get you the breed of the week, and we'll keep rolling here with the Positively Petland show. Before we get to the amazing pet story, though, I always like to get a general update. How are things going at Petland?
It is very, very good. Holy cow, does warm weather do good things. We do a really nice job of, as far as business goes, in the winter all the way through all those cold months, and that's all fun. But as soon as it warms up, everybody starts thinking outside, and so that's thinking, hey, what kind of pets do I want outside, and what are the new toys that I need for my dog, all kinds of things. So it's fun talking through all the warm weather stuff.
I've noticed just general observations, a lot more people walking their dogs because it's nicer to do. And I've also, I was talking about this before, is the one thing I don't miss about being a dog owner is that this past week was the week of reckoning for anyone who owns a dog.
Yes, I know what you're going to say.
When the freeze thaws out, and then you see all the landmines in the backyard, and you realize that over that winter, when you weren't able to get out there and scoop, the dog's still been doing their business, and then you've got a big mess to clean up out there. One thing, it's not on our agenda today, but I'd like to ask you about, because this was a big problem with our Weimaraner. Don't know why, but he seemed to have more acidic pee than any kind of dog we ever had. Everywhere he peed, there was a patch, and it was just hard to deal with. Every year I'd have to get that Patch Master stuff and dig it up and then put down the seeds and regrow it. And talk a little bit about that if people have that as an issue, if their lawns are getting ruined by their dogs.
If that is just a urine issue, that's actually a longer term conversation. Let's do that next week, because everybody thinks, well, all you got to do is this and it solves all the problems. It's actually, you got to think through it. The treatment for your dog, not only today, but in the winter and in the summer, that you won't get those brown patches, some new technologies on how to minimize that brown stuff, not only on the front end with your dog, but also on the back end on how there's treatments you can get at my store for your lawn.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just kind of an interesting way that researchers have figured.
It's not just green spray paint, is it?
They used to have that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's pretty
I want to grow grass, not spray paint my lawn.
So in a general sense, just know that there is a product you can give your dog.
Yeah.
There's amount of acidity or change. Positively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC, and it's 2 time slot Sunday mornings in the 9 o'clock hour. Hope you're enjoying that. Hey, puppy. Climbing up my leg here. It's the breed of the week, in fact. The mini Australian Shepherd. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
you.
yeah. So heavy.
Sniffing the microphone. Yeah, it's so heavy. About, 5 pounds?
No, not even. Yeah, I think we're 2 to 3.
Super cute. Black and white in color. And we're going to learn about this breed of the week right now. The mini Australian Shepherd. And also, we're going to talk allergies here in a little bit. Some cutting edge new products, some new technology available. And Ron's excited about it. He's the one who's owned a pet store for 9 years now?
Yeah, 9 years.
And whenever there's something new, you always try and find out about it. If it's worth bringing into the story, you'll bring it in. People who have allergies are going to want to stay tuned for sure, because this might help you out. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But tell me about this guy here.
Little miniature Australian Shepherds obviously originate from the Australian Shepherd. And the Australian, we would think, where do you think they originate from?
Australia.
They don't.
Well, why do they call that then? That's dumb.
It is some misnomer that occurred back in the 1800s where they looked like, what was it called? The Basque Shepherds from Australia. And so they then named it, and they knew that it was a new breed to America. They go, well, it looks just like the Basque Shepherds from Australia. Let's call them the Australian Shepherds. And that's where the name came from. They actually originate more recently from Spain and France, but then even longer term, further back, the Pyrenees Mountain dogs and all that kind of stuff obviously have been bred with smaller dogs along the way to get them down.
That's one of those trick questions if you see it, somewhere. Where's an Australian?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Right? Yeah. Like, when was the War of 1812? That type of thing. Yeah. All right. So tell us more about this.
All right. So we know that just by, if you just watch an Australian Shepherd, they are herding type dogs. So that's the working dog. They like to get out there and herd. And so you're going to find them in your home. They'll start herding you around at times.
They herd the cats?
They'll herd the cats. They'll herd anything they can. It's just in the instincts. There's one like
down. You have to go herd the other pup.
Yeah. Where is it?
No, get your buddy.
And so the Temperament is very energetic. So this, if you're looking for a lively dog, this would be a really nice breed to get because there's going to be a lot of energy. There is a guarding instinct that they associate with the Aussie, but I've never really found the Aussie to be all that much of a aggressive type dog. But
not very intimidating.
No, not the miniatures especially. But we also know with all dogs, the more you socialize them, the more they're going to be friendly to humans. So the more you introduce them and show them proper behavior, with all the friends and the strangers and all that, the longer term, you're going to have a really nice dog that's friendly with people. My bark, if you want that guarding aspect, we'll let them bark at the strangers coming to your house and stuff like that. That would be the way to have that aspect. But know that it is a shedding dog. So this dog is, if you are looking for a non-shedding dog, do not go to the miniature Australian Shepherd because you're going to have plenty of fur all throughout the house. So what that means is you're going to need to do some brushing and combing. It is a longer coat. So this is a higher maintenance as far as that goes. When you bathe in miniature Australian, you're going to have to use that blow dryer and get it all nice and blow dry so that you don't get into the matting situations and all. The Furminator is going to be another key thing in your life, and that's how you're going to decrease the amount of shedding that is going to go in, from your dog and around the house. And then a lot of, like we said on the front, a lot of exercise. This guy's going to want to run around, so you're going to want to go for walks because your dog will want to go for walks on this. It is a miniature, so it's still in the summer months you're going to want to get out frequently and get that exercise. In the winter months you can pull back a little bit but concentrate more on the exercise within your house. It's not a small breed, so it's not going to get all the exercise it needs in your house, but it's going to get most of it there. So that
good information
is the miniature Australian.
You mentioned the shedding, and it's just one of those little things I think that people should be aware of. They may fall in love with a dog because of the way it looks, but they may not want to deal with shedding, and they need to know that information going in. Is that one of your goals? I know.
Yes, we're all about education at our store, and we spend a lot of time, combing through the books and letting this is what, it's not only, I always tell our counselors, I go, I'm not interested in you telling our customers your opinion, because you have an opinion on one dog, one or a couple over your life. What I want is the more general advice for that breed, because you might have had a specialty, that special little one within the breed, but it's not characteristic generally across all the breeds. So we get the books out and say, what do the books say about energy, trainability, friendliness, all that kind of stuff, so that you can see what generally this dog is. We have a huge influence on all that through training, but this is generally what that dog is.
And there are exceptions to the rule. I frequently bring up the Weimaraner that I had. Slater was a very, very docile, very, very calm Weimaraner. And all we ever heard from people when we met other Weimaraner owners or people who have come across Weimaraners is how much energy they have and how they're running all the time. He was the laziest dog we've ever had, and it's an exception to the rule.
Right.
So there's always those.
Yeah.
But, so good information is always from Ron. And we're going to talk allergies now. Hey, let go of my microphone cord. Hey, get back over here. He's chewing on it. And they're having fun. These two are having a good time. We have a
lot of pitter patter in the studio.
A brown and white Pomeranian and a black and white mini Australian Shepherd. You can see these. Got it again. You can see these two, the picture that Ron took up on our website at kixic.com. If you're curious, if you want to see what these two pups look like and possibly bring one of them home if they're still available. Of course, that's one of the caveats of doing a show on a Thursday with the puppies. By Sunday, they might not be here anymore. They're not.
I had 2 miniature Australian Shepherds on Tuesday when I came in. Now only one of them is left here on Thursday. And then the Pomeranians, that is a hugely popular breed right now.
Is it?
And this is a party color, which is what that's what people tend to fall in love with.
That's what's considered a party color?
Yeah, it's just a mixture.
Brown and white is what it looks like.
Brown and white, and I believe there's some black tones on there. Yeah.
Cool. So that's what we have here at the studio. So tell us about allergies.
So 47 million people suffer with allergies, and what that says is probably somebody in your household right now is suffering from allergies. And I know in my family, growing up, I was primarily the kid with all the allergies. There was my mom did. I'm trying to remember through that was 7 of us in there. But over the years, we all then developed allergies over something or another. My wife didn't get seasonal allergies until she was in her 30s.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they pop out a little later in life. So it's something that I've battled almost all of my life with. And
you get that steroid shot, don't you?
Yeah, I actually was able to avoid that shot last year.
Okay.
But more frequently than not, I take a steroid shot just to keep the allergies, under control, and that handles all the sneezing, swelling, so headaches, runny nose, itchy throat, a lot of tearing eyes, itchy eyes, all that kind of stuff. And so, the steroid shot is a wonderful thing, but it's not something you want to. I've never been told, hey, that's a great thing to just do over and over again.
Right.
I always say, sparingly is much better than that. So we suffer from these allergies, but you still have to function. And I know there's plenty of people out there that are allergic to the pets that they have in their house. I guess case in point, my daughter is allergic to our cat. We'll say it's kind of a mild allergy. As long as we keep our cat out of her room, she's fine. So her room door is always closed as a result, so that Gilbert can't get in there and get his proteins in his shed and his dander.
And it's always one of those situations where the one person's room or whatever that's allergic, that's probably the cat's favorite spot. And
so with any allergy, avoidance is your number one. So I'm not recommending if you've got pet allergies to go out and get a pet now because there's some new products online. I do think the avoidance is your number one key to that. But you can do that in different ways. In our case with Emily, is we just close the door and that solves it. I then do the second thing with Gilbert, and that is washing Gilbert on a periodic basis. And I shampoo and rinse 5 times. And what I'm doing is ridding all those cookies and the danders and the shed and all that kind of stuff that you can be. There's a lot of different things you can be allergic to on your pet. It's not just the dander. It's not just the hair. It's not just the saliva. It's not just the urine. There's all sorts of different things that you can be allergic to. And you're really not sure what it is until you've really investigated personally. So washing your pet is the second best thing to do to reduce your allergy.
Tough to wash a cat too.
You know, I don't have a problem, and I have a very typical cat. My cat does not like the water, you know, just like all cats. Take them into the shower, and you'll have so much easier of a time. If I wash my cat or dog or dogs in the sink, I'm kind of wrestling with them. Dogs are a little easier, especially because they're small and everything, but they still are not really into it. Now, when I'm in the shower, I still say they're not into it, but they're not like violent or anything. They're just like, dang it, it's raining again. You know, that's kind of the mentality in here. I'm going to walk over here, and then you just put the shower over there. Oh, dang it, it's raining over here now. You know, it's kind of what their mentality is. And so then I just get down there, lather them up a couple of times, rinse them off a couple of times, and that's how we handle most of the allergens in our house.
You have a lot of different shampoos that Petland buys.
Yeah. Oh, I have some incredible. We scour the marketplace for the best of the best shampoos, and so if you ever want a recommendation on what's the best, you know, as far as you know how you have those hounds out there. I have a dachshund that gets smelly. I have great shampoos that will take that stink out of the dog. And Callie, where most of the shampoos, she'll get stinky within a day or two again. Yeah. These shampoos, she's like smelling pretty for like almost 2 weeks. So that's nice because then we'll just wash her about every week and a half, and we have a really nice smelling hound. And
less work is always good.
Yeah, less work, and you know, nobody wants their house to smell like a dog.
Right. But and one more thing before we get into the actual products that and the technology that I'm very curious to learn about, because you say it's new technology. Can you give me a couple breeds that are good for people who are? I know there's no such thing as a hypoallergenic dog. They say,
you know me too well. Yeah. I say that every day.
Yeah, but because you've said that before. But there are some that are very, very.
They're better than others.
Better, and there are a couple breeds that come to mind if someone has allergies.
If you have a dander or a shedding allergy, then you want to go with the non-shedding breeds. The Bichon Frise is rated as the #1.
Okay.
The Yorkshire Terrier, the Poodle, the Shih Tzu, a lot of breeds are in that non-shedding. Now, okay, so we say non-shedding. Well, that's a misnomer too. They all shed.
Yeah.
They just don't shed anywhere near as much. The Bichon and the Yorkie and all that, they shed like we do. Where we lose hair every day, we're losing hair, and they just shed a lot less. Where the Dachshund, or the Chihuahua, or all these other breeds, the miniature Australian Shepherd. These are shedding dogs where they shed, you know, primarily 2 to 3 times a year. It's a seasonal thing, but because we have them inside and they really don't have a way of getting rid of that shed, they pretty much are shedding all year long, unless you use a Furminator.
And then the only other question I have is, do you have a breed that sheds the most? Do you think there's a breed that's known to be
that's
just a heavy shedder?
Purely on people's reactions, it's Golden Retriever.
I've always heard Golden Retriever and German Shepherd too.
Yeah. Well, the Golden Shepherd will have yeah, are you saying
Golden Retriever and German?
Did I combine the names?
The
Golden Shepherd.
Never heard of
the German Shepherd does have that double coat, and so it kind of keeps it in for a little longer. But yeah, when they shed, though, it's in chunks, you know, kind of thing.
When it gets hot.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about
one thing to point out, and I know we've said it a couple of times, but you know, the whole when we say hypoallergenic, realize if you're allergic to the saliva, we didn't, you know, the Bichon Frise isn't going to do anything different than any other breed. Right. And in fact, if you're allergic to the saliva, there's nothing science-based on this. This is purely my observation. You can have 2 puppies from the same litter. One you're allergic to, the other one you're not.
Oh, really?
And so the saliva is a very pinpointed thing. I've always said if you are allergic, expose yourself, especially in the neck and face area. So you cuddle the dog right up in that area so that you get the saliva. You don't have to have them lick you, but because it's on there for up in the mouth area, but at least you get that in that area, and you can tell whether if there is any allergens that you might have some really hypersensitivity to.
Okay.
So realize it's what you're allergic to that you're sensitive to. The technology that's out is handling all of those different sensitivities. That's the neat thing. It's actually the active ingredient in it has been designed or tested and investigated and all that kind of stuff over the last 6 years. They're just releasing the product now. So this is
some of this stuff.
Yeah, I got it here in the studio. And I'll get some for you to look at.
Yeah, and it's that brand that I'm familiar with is Nature's Miracle.
Nature's Miracle,
that's the stain and odor the remover stuff that is very, very good. It works very, very well. And we've talked about that when you have accidents.
Right, and the company's got money to do some research, is what I'm seeing on this, and that's what's really interesting because you know what? You just don't see all that much research. The food companies do a lot, but beyond that, the tree companies, hey, it's a part of an animal. Oh, look they like it. Here it is. That's about the amount of research that gets done on these things. Most things for our dogs and cats are pretty much all natural in a lot of different ways. So that's why not all that much testing has gone into it. This one was designed for more of the human aspects of things. So the active ingredient in here actually encapsulates the allergens, so the proteins and things that we have allergies to. This stuff encapsulates that in a lot of different applications so that it doesn't, then when we come in contact with that surface or whatever, we don't experience the allergy as a result. Am I making it simple?
Yeah,
it's really a simple way.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a variety of ways to apply this, and it does say the label on it says guaranteed to work, allergist developed. So that's good to see too. And it's Nature's Miracle brand. What I'm holding first are called household wipes, and you might be familiar with these handy little wipes that I know Lysol makes them, and some other the wipe comes out the top, you rip it off, and you can wipe down a surface. And a lot of times you do that when there's someone's sick at the house. You can make sure to clean off all the possible germs. And that's the idea here is it's called an allergen blocker. I see a spray, and then I see a bigger bottle, which is almost like it says it's a carpet shampoo.
Right. There's 6 different products split into 2 different categories. And so right now what you're looking at is how do I handle my house, the allergies within my house? What I haven't read anything about is, hey, does this handle allergies that I have, let's say to pollen? Because these are all house applications. I'm not sure, I haven't read anything that says, oh yeah, it's going to help you with those 2 within your house. So right now we're just restricting it to the pet, both cat and dog. But I can't make any claims from their labels or from the research that I've read that this will actually help you with pollen as well.
I would imagine if you're cleaning, though, it's a good thing too.
Yeah.
If you're cleaning surfaces that could have pollen on them.
So from a household perspective, they have the wipes. So you can wipe countertops, you can wipe furniture, you can wipe all sorts of different things. Except this specific wipe, we'll have another wipe here in a second. This one you can't wipe on your dog. It's not designed to do that. But you can wipe a lot of different things down. So again, it's going to neutralize or encapsulate that allergen so that it's not going to affect you, or however that allergy affects you. Then another household product is a spray. So now you can spray over the furniture or over that carpeting or over that kennel, that kind of a thing, and apply it to that area. So again, it encapsulates the proteins that you're allergic to so that you don't get exposed to directly to that protein.
Maybe the dog bed.
Well, dog bed, all sorts of different, the chairs, maybe your dog or cat likes to sit on the chairs outside, apply it to that. And then there is a carpet cleaner because they're all over the carpets, and carpets are kind of sponges as far as accumulating everything. So a great thing, and I actually bought a carpet cleaner because of my allergies and Emily's allergies, and you can actually put this in your carpet cleaner. So as you're spraying, the fluid out onto the carpet, this product's in there. It's going to encapsulate automatically that protein, whether the vacuum sucks it up or leaves it behind. This stuff is going to work in your advantage both ways. So that is the household products that are out there. Now they have some 3 other products that work with directly your pet. So these are things that you apply onto your pet so that it avoids as much as possible that scattering of these allergens throughout your house or onto your clothing or even directly into your nose and on your skin and all that. So we talked about wipes for your furniture. They have wipes for your dog and cat. And so you apply this one directly to your dog and or cat. So like, oh, I can't wash my cat. I'd be using the wipes then on your cat to help out with the allergens on your cat. There's nothing like bathing those guys and getting it off that way, but if you can't, they've got a wipe. In the same vein, they have a spray. So the spray will work to spray directly onto your dog and cat. So then again, it's going to encapsulate the proteins and prevent you being exposed to those allergens. And then finally, the shampoo that you can apply to your dog or cat so you can actually wash them and do a whole, getting rid of everything. The residual amount of the shampoo that's still in your dog or cat is going to encapsulate, you get the message that I've been saying there. So 6 total products here. And man, I mean, they really thought about how to apply it in all sorts of different ways to your dog and cat. So they've got 3 years of applied application in the field to demonstrate that this stuff is serious about how it works. Got a little ruckus going on.
The Pomeranian and the mini Australian Shepherd.
And so they've done a lot of research. Then they did a lot of field trials to see really is this stuff going to work and all that. And they're boasting about how good the product is working. And I always like it when the products make sense. So you can make sense of it. It does make sense. They even published a paper on it. I'm talking. It's got the pictures of the allergy tests and all that kind of stuff, and it's full of graphs. Full of data and all that kind of stuff. So a white paper that was written by Dr. Stephen Smith, Scott A. Smith, Thomas Jake. I mean, there's some doctors all over this thing. It just seems pretty legit to me on how they've gone about it. And it's made by Nature's Miracle. And most all of us have used their products and found how good they work and actually stand behind what they do. So really interesting topic here. Jay is now being distracted. He's in the picture-taking mode. He's
trying to get a good picture of this Pomeranian. And they got into some kind of paper. Hold on. I don't know where they got that from, the garbage, I think. These 2 are cute, and you really had a lot of good information. So the product, going back to these products for just a second, you talked about the research behind it. You talked about the published paper. How soon have these
are on our shelf right now?
When did you put them on the shelf?
This week.
Yeah.
That's how new they are. Nature's Miracle Allergen Blocker. And then, like we said throughout this story, this show, there are multiple applications, 6 different products, 3 of them for your house, and then 3 of them directly that apply to your pet. And hey, I'm not getting paid by Nature's Miracle or anything. It sounds like an info commercial here.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is what Wendy and I do for our store. Is we find these, new, improved, unique products that really serve a niche. And I'm really excited about this because I struggle with allergies myself.
All right, so hopefully this can help you out. And it is that time of year, a timely show here as we start turning the corner. The sun has been shining. We have spring around the corner, and those allergies might start kicking in for you. So maybe this is something that you'll be able to use at your house and decrease that, a little less sneezing, a little less red eyes. It could certainly help you out there. So good information as always. If you are just tuning in here, we're about ready to wrap up the PAWSitively Petland show. And we've covered a lot here today. We talked about the mini Australian Shepherd. That's the black and white dog that's here at the studio causing a ruckus. We have a puffy Pomeranian as well. And we also Told you about the amazing pet story of the week. We went to Canada and told you about Snickers, who saved a neighbor who collapsed. And a good story there. Ron just wrapped up talking about these products that can help you with allergies. And as we get ready to wrap up, and we do so, Ron, tell us about your store.
Wendy and I, we talked about, the educational side and educating our, customers on all these things. We also have just the largest of most everything in the store as far as selection goes. Look at our collar wall. It's this whole huge wall. I think it's 16 feet long of nothing but collars. So we have a huge selection of a lot of different things: collars, plush toys, and shoes for your dog. Shampoos. I've never seen a shampoo selection like what we have. It would compete against human shampoos in a store, and here it's just for dogs and cats. Then all of these supplements. We talked about some how on our lawns we're burning the lawns and stuff with the urine with our dogs and stuff. We've got a whole huge selection of products to help you with that problem with your dog and solve it. Getting back into other departments, our small animal department has a wonderful selection and a variety of not just hays and grasses. We have all sorts of hays and grasses, different types for your bunnies and your guinea pigs. Then into the chews, a huge selection. Ask me what my favorite chew is while you're in there, and I'll show you this amazing chew for those rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs. It's just they will love it, and it'll wear down their teeth. Like if you're into the rabbit thing, their teeth keep on growing. Reptile, holy cow! There is no reptile supply selection like what we have in our store. And so come on in, get your substrates and your foods and the crickets and all that kind of stuff that we have there. And then if you want to see fish, our counselors have went crazy with markers on our glass for all of our fish. You guys got to come in and see the selection of fish. It's hilarious because now you'll see what's the name of the fish, temperaments, deals that we have for you, and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you take advantage of our buy 4 get 5 in the fish department, so that you have a nice tank of a good selection of fish in there. The variety is incredible.
And you can pick up fish, reptiles, some little rodents if that's up your alley, guinea pigs, hamsters, birds. You have some birds, and of course the pups. Those are the stars of the show most of the time here on the PAWSitively Petland show. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Ron Solzer with Petland of Iowa City. They opened up at noon today. Go stop by and play with some puppies. They maybe take home a new member of the family. I'm Jake Capron. Bye.